Hi guys, it's Emma, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then hello, nice to meet you. I'm a full-time singer, songwriter, musician type, and this is where the music happens. I have another channel on here just called Hi It's Emma that I say is where the chaos happens. I do talkie style vids on there. I put videos up on there every single Monday, and they vary between art and craft style content and videos that I call Conversations with the Mirror, where I do a makeup look while I chat to you about whatever's on my mind that week. But if you're looking for the music, then you are in the right place, because this is the music channel, and I put videos up on here every single Thursday, or at least most Thursdays. Been doing a lot of content around my latest single release, Baby Steps, recently, and this video is kind of content around that, but also not. You guys might remember I did a video a couple of weeks back where I compared the final version of the single to the demo track that I did when I was initially trying to just give the studio an idea of what I wanted from the song. And in that video, one of the things I mentioned that was different between the demo track and the final version was the intro part, because in the intro, there is an effect that's been put on it that's very common in songs these days. There's sort of, there's an effect done with the EQ mainly, and then there's also a reversed cymbal on there that makes it sound like the track sort of fades in. I'll play it for you guys so you can hear what it sounds like, and I didn't do that on the original demo for a couple of reasons, which we'll come back to in a sec. Where am I looking? So you can hear it sounds like it fades in there, and obviously on the original demo track, it just sounds like this. And I mentioned in that video that there were a couple of reasons behind this. And they were a combination of, I didn't feel the need to put that on because I figured I'd be able to explain what I wanted to James very well in the studio and he would understand it because it's such a common effect on songs. I also didn't really know how to do it. Like, I kind of knew that it was done with EQ, but I'd never tried to do anything like that before. And I was doing it in GarageBand. My original demo I just did in GarageBand, and I wasn't sure if I could do that on GarageBand, but I'm now pretty certain that I probably can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my original demo track and I'm going to try and put the effects that are on that intro and see if I can do them on GarageBand. So we're about to find out if we can or not. So, hi guys, future Emma here, looking considerably less stylish. Before we start with the video, I'm going to be popping up throughout to clarify some things, because basically I was in the process of editing this video and realised just how chaotic it had turned out, and I figured it was better just to record some sections clarifying some stuff. If you've watched any videos on my channel before, you'll know that I am not well versed in music production, that I am trying to learn music production. I am more of a songwriter acoustically and a performer more than anything else, and I want to do music production because that's what I always wanted to do and I never pursued it. So anyway, I've recently gotten Logic. I'm going to be doing a lot more music production stuff on here that's basically going to be me learning new skills. And one of the ideas I had while doing that was that I wanted to, as I'm learning new stuff, see how much of it I could do in GarageBand, because GarageBand was what I was using before I got Logic, so on and so forth. If you watched my Emma Learns Logic series when I had the free trial, you'll get what's going on here. So today's video is like the first one of those that I'm doing, where basically I'm trying to recreate something from one of my songs and see if I can do it in GarageBand. And I stupidly, rather than try and work out if I could do it and then film the results of me talking about the results, I decided to just film me trying to work it out. And predictably, that has turned out very chaotic and in places a bit confusing. So future me will clarify things here and there where it gets a bit funny. Carry on. The first thing that we obviously need to do is check that we can automate effects, because I'm pretty sure we can. Automation, it's currently set on volume, but I can set it to plugins, channel EQ. Oh, I can even add in, okay, so does this automatically put an effect on it? We're gonna do it with the guitar, I think, because I'm gonna be able to hear it better on the guitar if it's working right or not. Where is the guitar? There is the guitar. I'm going to use a bypass channel EQ instead. But I need a different channel EQ on it. So I'm going to put the effect on and then add the bypass. So we need to add another EQ. And that EQ has to be added to everything. And that EQ has to make the guitar sound to be like a bell one. We probably have a bell preset in here somewhere. EQ tools. A megaphone effect often does this. Let's see what that sounds like. It's not bad. Let's try a phone filter notch EQ. That one's pretty good. Right, I'm going to start with this phone one, and I'm going to edit it to bring this out a bit more over here.
Having conversations with the mirror, trying to make my point a little bit clearer, but talking to her ain't no mean feat.
You know what I've just realised? That's on the master track. Ah, it's on the wrong thing, damn it. It's on the wrong thing. I needed it on here. Right. We're going to get it right this time. So, we're going to use this phone filter notch one. I'm going to go ahead and solo the guitar so I can hear it more clearly. I think I like how that sounds. Is there a way to just copy that now onto other tracks? But that's obviously an issue we're gonna have there, is I can't just easily copy that over. It doesn't look like I can because I don't have the mixer. Me again. Okay, so what I mean by this is that if you look at GarageBand, the section where you put on all of your plugins, there's just a little bit in that bottom left-hand corner, if you look down there, there is a little section that just puts plugins on the tracks. You can just insert all your plugins there. There is no mixer, whereas if you are in Logic, Logic actually has a mixer tab. So you can go to the mixer tab and you can see all of your channels, all of your tracks. You can change all sorts of things on them, and one of the things you can see on them is all of the plugins that are on them, and you can very easily just copy one plugin from one track to another track directly with all of its settings exactly the same. So I could take an EQ that has all its settings put in and copy it from one track to another. And I can't do that on GarageBand because there is no mixer, so you can't actually copy and paste. I googled it to check, you definitely can't copy and paste from one track to another, unless somebody has a hack for that just doesn't get mentioned anywhere online. Let me know if you found a way that you can actually copy it, because as far as I'm aware, because there's no mixer, you can't copy and paste plugins from one track to another in GarageBand. Carry on. That's okay though, because it's not too complicated in EQ, and we're just doing a rough job. We're not trying to do this all pro-like. So, instead, we want to bypass channel EQ, but I don't want to bypass all the channel EQ, I just want to bypass this one. So, channel EQ 3. How do I do this? How do I do this? Me again. Right, so I'm just going to cut out a load of stuff here of what I did, because for a long while I was just trying things out and they weren't working. So it's quick if I just explain now that, so basically I was going through this list of all the different things that I could do with the automation to change the EQ, and I recognise a lot of the words in there, but I don't really know what a lot of these things were going to do to it. So I was just trying things out and seeing how it sounded to try and work out which one was actually going to do what I wanted it to do, and it took me ages. I went through a lot. I went through bypassing the EQ, that didn't work. I tried turning the high cut and the low cut that I've got on it off, that didn't work. And then eventually I was playing around with the EQ and I realised this. Wait. Just thought of something. Because there's another option in here. High cut, frequency, high cut, slope. Which one do I want to change? If I want to bring it out to there, I want to change its frequency. And its gain? Let's do that and see what happens. Do that on the others. Okay. Where's me low cut? Stop! So, I need to change channel EQ 3, EQ 2, gain. I need to change its gain and I need to have it come down slowly. How do I copy all of those now and put them on all the other channels? Ah! No, that won't work, will it, or will it? Because the way I would do this if I was doing it in Logic would be I would put a bus track on, and I would put this EQ effect on that bus track, and then I would just send all of the tracks that I want this effect to be on to that bus. I've covered this in a previous video, but a bus track is basically a track that you can send other tracks to add effects on, where you want to put effects on multiple tracks. So if you want the same reverb on multiple different vocal tracks, for example, you would send all of your vocal tracks to a bus track, and then you put reverb on that track. And it saves you two things. It saves it saves energy for the laptop having to put reverb on all of those different tracks. And it also saves you time, because then you don't have to go in and put reverb on every individual track. Well, bus tracks don't exist on GarageBand, at least to the best of my knowledge. I've never found them. If they are there, I'll just Google it quickly and double check that I'm right about them. GarageBand doesn't have buses. At least not on the outside. Any effect you want to add is done by adding plugins directly on the track. No need for buses. Master effects are an exception. So I could just stick this effect on the master. Can I automate the master track? In GarageBand on Mac, choose track, show master track. Can I? Okay, so what did it say to do that? It said, in GarageBand on Mac, choose track, show master track. Show master track. Is it there? Oh my god, guys, it's there. And I can do this. I can do this. Right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that EQ on this master track. So, we'll use this one. Why not? Use this EQ here that's already here, that I already put on earlier. As if I did it on purpose, knowing I would need to. So, first things first, I need to go to my guitar track, and I'm just going to copy what I have on this guitar track over. So, I'm going to select all of these little dots, copy that, come down here to my master track and paste it. It's not what I want it to do. I want you to be let me put it in what it's meant to be. So that's meant to be peak to gain, right? So for peak to gain, paste this. For some reason it's calling it slot 614 unused. I don't know what that means and if this has worked or not, but let's just copy the others because my laptop is telling me it has a low battery. If this doesn't work, I just have to put it in. So I'll just go away and I'll put it in, and then I'll show you guys if this has actually worked altogether.
Stop, fall apart, repeat.
Yeah, no, that hasn't worked because it's not pasted onto the right things. Right. I'm going to go get my charger. I'm going to put it in manually and we'll see if that works. And if it doesn't, then I shall update you that it hasn't worked and we shall have to go back to putting them all on each individual track. Okay, let's give it a listen. Put it on. Okay, that definitely works, but it's sort of happens a bit too quickly, so I'm just going to adjust it so that it happens less quickly.
Stop.
It was genuinely that simple, wasn't it?
Stop, fall. Stop, fall apart.
So the other thing that's causing that transition then in the final version is here.
Stop.
There's a reversed symbol. GarageBand. Reverse audio. You can play it in reverse. So in that case, I want a new track. I want a new audio track because what I'm going to do is I have the samples. Okay, I want drums. Now I just need a cymbal. Nope. Okay, I don't have all day, and we just want an approximate, so that one at the start of that one will do. I just need, let's close that. I just need this. So get rid of the rest of that. I just need the snare, not the snare, this cymbal here. And then I just need to reverse it. So how do we do that? This one, right? Okay, and then reverse playback.
Stop.
It's not anywhere near long enough. It doesn't have a long enough tail on it to get that sound that you actually want, because that's what I want. Okay, so I've tried going through those loops to see if I can find a symbol that I can reverse. Obviously, I've worked out that I can reverse audio on here, and therefore, if I could find a suitable symbol, I could just reverse that and put it on, and that would complete it. But I don't really have time to do that right now. I can't find one in the loops I would have to spend hours going through the loops to find one. So what I might do is, to finish off the video, I might see if I can find one and add it on, just so you get a full idea of what it would sound like. But we have answered the questions I had. We've answered the question of, can you put that EQ effect on GarageBand? Yes, you can. It's not necessarily exactly how I would like it to sound, and obviously you can only do it by either putting it on the individual tracks or by putting it on the master track, which means you put it on the whole thing. I've learnt roughly how you would do that now. Obviously it doesn't sound like it does on the finished mix, because it's not mixed as well on this, because I am not a good mixer. But I have learnt that I can in fact put those effects on, that I can either put them on the master, and that I can automate the effects if I want on GarageBand. So those are all things you can do on GarageBand. I've also learnt that I can put reverse symbol on here on GarageBand. I just need to find a suitable sample to do it with, so I shall have a look for that and try and add it on so that it can play at the end of the video for you guys if you want to hear that. Me again. So I did go through all the samples, I did find a symbol that worked really well, cut it up, reversed it, stuck it on, and this is how it turned out in the end. So yeah, did it. I will let Past Me sign off for the video, but I just wanted to quickly say that obviously I went about this in a really convoluted way because I didn't know what I was doing. But in the end, it seems like it was pretty simple, that I just needed to put an EQ on the master track, that I put this high cut and low cut with a bit of a peak in the middle effect on to get the sound I wanted, and then automate that EQ so the high cut gets higher in frequency until it's gone, low cut gets lower until it's gone, peak comes down, and then it just sounds normal again. So yeah, not that complicated, but I don't know if there was maybe a simpler way that I could have done this either in GarageBand or if I was doing this in Logic, if there's a simpler way, if there's an easier way to do the automation in Logic. Let me know, basically. Let me know if there's a simpler way I could have done this, if there's a different way you would have done it. If you have any advice, just leave it in the comments. In future, I shall do the sensible thing of doing the music production stuff, learning how to do the music production stuff off camera, and then coming on camera to just talk about what I've done and how I did it and what I learned. That will be definitely much less chaotic next time. I'm going to do some of these every now and then, where when I'm doing new things in Logic and I learn more music production stuff, I want to come back and see what I can actually do in GarageBand that I just haven't been doing up until this point. I told you guys I wanted to do some videos where I was exploring that, and I think what I'm going to do is, as I'm doing challenges on Logic, I'm going to do that for my main actual production challengey stuff. I'm going to use Logic for that, and then every time I think I've come up with something interesting that it'd be like, can you do this in GarageBand? We will do a can you do this in GarageBand video and see if you can. But yeah, I just wanted to try that out in a video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then give it a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And if you like what I do here, then check out the rest of my channel and consider hitting that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications, all that stuff. If you're more in the mood to watch me do some silly painting or some makeup or something like that, then head over to my other channel, Hi It's Emma, which will be linked in the description and on the end screen. And if you want to follow what I'm doing when I'm not posting videos on here, then you can follow me on all of my social media, which are all linked below. You can also stream that finished mixed version of Baby Steps by following the link in the description to where you can find it on all the streaming services. And if you would like to support me in other ways, i.e. money, then you can also join my Buy Me a Coffee. You can either send me one-off donations on there, or you can actually join my monthly membership where you pay a fee every month and you get access to an exclusive members only section where I put up behind the scenes stuff, extra videos, outtakes, things like that. Anyway, that's all for this week, guys, and I shall see you next Thursday with another music related video. Bye!